Casting board. 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 With Tom and Matt.
You bet it, buddy.
All right. I don't know how this is going to come out, but this week I got it wrong that time.
Yes, dude.
Oh,
the trick for me is just to not say anything.
Hey, come on. I'm usually on my game.
Not today.
I'm Matt.
Well, apparently I am today. You're Tom, because you messed up the intro.
Okay, well, I'll be Tom for this episode. Great.
And I'm Matt.
Yeah.
Was that our names all along?
Maybe. Who knows?
Funny you say that.
Funny that this was the one week it was different. Coincidence?
I think not.
We're talking about conspiracy theories. So, I wouldn't say I'm a huge conspiracy...
Whoa, buddy, whoa.
What?
You're all over the show.
Oh, yeah, right, sorry.
Before we launch into the meat of the sandwich, we're going to bring out the bread.
Actually, hey, quick disclosure, we'll start Department of Corrections with this, or Department of Corrections and apologies and so forth. Doc. Me and Tom both got up very early to do a Joy Data U show
2 days
this morning.
In a row as well.
It's the earliest we've recorded Casting Broad by quite a bit. So we're a bit tired.
Massively.
There might be a little bit of stumbling over our words and falling off the chair.
I don't think so. I reckon
forth.
this is going to be our best episode.
No, well, okay, all right. Well, false start so far, but I'm sure we'll pull it back.
Yep.
Corrections from last week. Look, I mean, I thought I was pretty sweet.
Do you now?
Yeah.
They actually were. I have some things to apologise for, though.
Go on.
Quick one. Brought up, at one point I was referencing the TV show Dinosaurs, and I said out loud, what is the TV show that has dinosaurs in shirts called?
Yeah.
It's just called Dinosaurs. Very easy one to remember.
Yeah.
And the
That's
other...
probably you forgot because it's just so on the nose that you would assume it had a more... Like, they had to be in a pitch meeting at some point, and they're trying to think of a name, like, what about Platosaurs? Because the plaid, and they're like, oh yeah, but what if it was a bit simpler, like, dinosaurs?
What about dino shirts? Because they're wearing shirts.
No, I like dinosaurs.
Yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, lunch?
Yeah.
Good.
Would have definitely been an early day.
Yeah.
And the other one, the other two actually. One goes back to a few episodes ago. That it's been haunting me, and I feel like I need to get it out there.
Okay, late correction.
Very late, Department of Corrections. I also asked the question out loud. These words came out of my mouth. Is Christ College a religious school? Fucking
I did laugh at you at the time.
You should have destroyed me. You should got Gary in here instead of me.
You don't want to hammer things in too much.
Should have been replaced.
I pointed out I thought it was a silly question at the time, and I didn't feel like I needed to beat a dead horse.
It was a real dumb question. Real dumb.
Christ College.
And the other one is just the amount of times I say the word like. And we've talked about this before on the show.
You were all right last week.
Oh, there's been some shockers though. And speaking of shockers, the shock collars, they're still not doing the trick. They're not either. The electricity's not enough. So this week,
well, it's Gary's fault.
I'm putting to you that every time I say the word like inappropriately, I want you to slap me across the face.
Okay, I'll try. Although I honestly think that, well, up until the last couple of episodes, I think my likes are worse than yours. Really? I think I A, do them more often, and I B, do them more loud. Yours are sort of like, it's sort of like, and it's a bit under the radar, whereas mine, it's part of the sentence. It's kind of like, but...
Are you doing that on purpose, or?
On purpose, yeah, yeah.
Do you want me to slap you as well, when you do it?
Well, you know what I've done, Tom, which is a little bit less harsh.
What do you do? What's your trick?
Well, we've both got laptops in front of us for listeners, and
how the sausage is made.
And we always have our notes and everything in front of us, to make sure we don't forget what we want to bring up, and so on, so on. This is boring.
Behind the scenes.
But at the top of the page, I have in big, bold letters every week, like, so those words are always in front of me, and I'm always remembering to check myself. Doesn't mean I'm perfect, but it does make sure it does ensure that I stay conscious of it throughout the episode.
Okay, you do the peaceful protest. I want to do the right. Every time I say the word, slap me across the face.
In the. Do you want to do a test?
Okay, so I'll say, the other day I was like eating. Oh, okay, that is hard.
Less hard than that?
Maybe a little less hard than that, but...
Do you want to do another test?
No,
come on, go. We'll get it right.
I'm not so sure about this anymore.
all right.
Do it.
If you say so.
Do it, okay, and well, a safe word, though. If it becomes too much for you, I'll let you know. I'll say the word, I don't know.
Stop slapping me!
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, okay, good.
There we go. Now, let's launch into the show. Conspiracy theories. You brought this up. You wanted to do this as an episode, and I wasn't so sure because, number one, I'm already an ignorant person, but this topic I was especially ignorant on. So in the previous week, I've been staying up late every night and watching as many conspiracy theory documentaries as possible to try to get up to your level. So hopefully...
this is a funny example of a subject. The more you research it, the more ignorant you become.
It is like that, huh?
Yeah.
I did notice that when I was watching some of these documentaries, there was points where it's packaged really nicely, and you start to hear the story that they're telling, and it does start to soak in. And then on some level, you're absorbing it. And there was points throughout them where I thought, wow, okay, I'm a bit confused that doesn't really add up. And then you remember, oh, that's right, it's all shit.
Yeah, they're fucking crazy people.
It makes sense that these stories don't add up.
I'm becoming dumber by the minute.
But some of them are fascinating. They're like...
What have you watched?
No, that was close.
Right, okay. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
If you don't get the slapping, then...
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's on you.
What have you watched? What's been on your...
a lot of military ones, US-based military ones around 9/11. Was it an inside job?
Any names?
Of the documentaries?
Yeah.
The first one that got popped up in was the Zeitgeist the movie.
Yeah, right.
And
I haven't seen it.
I must admit, I started watching it, part one was religion, and I was like, I've heard enough about it. We did that already. What was that for?
You said I was like, I've heard enough of that already. Was that a legitimate like?
Oh, that's I didn't even notice I said it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fuck, okay, this is good. But see, because Gary, he missed a lot of the times we misused the word like with the shock button. You're onto it. This is good. This is going to slap it right out of me.
Good.
So
let's
I
keep
watched
going.
that one.
Come on.
It was on religion.
Get back on track.
Oh my god, that's unruly.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Continue.
I was watching, part one was religion, thought, nah, fuck that. Let's go to part two. Part two, straight away, talking about 9/11, and I was like, I'm in. I'm
good, yeah, I'm getting into the meat of it.
Strap me in. Because I'd heard about some of the theories of the melting point of the metal and all these different things thrown around. A lot of people make fun of these people who put this theory out there. So I thought, let's get into it. And it was actually kind of interesting, to be honest. There was, I'm not fucking sold, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I do not believe it's an inside job. It was fun, though. It was a well-told story on the
Well, what
doco.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Zeitgeist. I did watch, my introduction to it was Loose Change back in... that was the original.
Came out in 2005, I don't know, that little guy.
Oh, there you go. I was going to say 04, but there you go. You're obviously more fresh on the mind than I am with it. That was, I'm not going to say they're the originators of the theory, but they were the first to really make something go viral back in the day about it. Loose Change is big. And,
the people who made that, did they get in a lot of trouble in the States? Was there anything around that?
No, which kind of shows that they're full of shit, right?
Oh, right.
They would never get prosecuted, but you would expect that if there really was this kind of Illuminati... Mail. Oh, no, I'm sure they got hate mail, but no, you'd expect that they would have an unfortunate accident if it really is an Illuminati sort of inside job thing, and there's these... But anyway, we watched that one night in high school when it came out, and it's like you say, right? You're watching it, and you're like, ow.
Slap yourself.
Yeah, well, I didn't... I don't need to slap myself, it's just Tom who's getting slapped, so it's fine. But we were watching it, and as you say, we were seeing these things and going, oh my, geez, yeah, how did it make that hole in the Pentagon?
Yeah.
And all this. But then once the documentary stops and the hypnosis is sort of lifted, you do start thinking, yeah, but how would they do this and that? And
Exactly.
And they blatantly contradict themselves. They'll say things like, and that was a legitimate use of the word.
Yeah.
They'll say things like, why was there no rubble on the side if there was a plane? And then literally 10 minutes later in the documentary, they'll say, and to prove this point, let's look at a bit of this rubble that was found. And you go, well, you were just making just whatever suits at the time.
Is there a narrator in that doco?
Yeah, and he's not a professional narrator either. He's just the kid who made it. So
that's been one of my favourite things in all these conspiracy theory documentaries is the narrator. Their voices are just fucking laughable, a lot of them.
Yeah.
But my particular favourite in the moon landing doco, this guy, he tries to be very serious and thought-provoking and how was the flag flapping on the moon if there's no air on the moon?
Was that the Professional Network documentary? Or
I'd
was
say
that
network, I wouldn't say professional. It was pretty shoddy.
So was it? But I mean, it was a mainstream like NBC because that was the one that kind of went big when we were.
It
in
even
school.
got broadcast in New Zealand.
Yeah, I know the one. Yeah. So it's like quite a corny, tacky sort of guy.
It's fucking corny, but it made it way better, way more enjoyable to watch. Because the one in Zeitgeist is just he's got a real boring, monotonous voice the entire time.
Right.
The thing about the economy is, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, where's the passion?
Well, the loose change guy is just kind of Weasley.
Yeah.
He sounds like, oh, well, here, you see this, and why is that happening?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. You
just want to swat them away. These fucking
exactly.
annoying little fly people.
Dweeb, get back to your iMac and make a movie that's good. And stop narrating. Get Tom to do it. Yeah, you got a good narration voice.
Oh, I thought you meant make a movie.
Oh, no, well, you can make a movie too. You can make a
Shit.
conspiracy. You can make a good conspiracy movie, I bet, if you put your mind to it.
I'd love to write one, eh?
Yeah, we
Put
should.
it out there to the web.
Holy shit.
Web sphere.
That's just gave me an awesome idea.
Should
And
we
this
make a
could be a good way
conspiracy
of promoting the show. We should create a conspiracy, think of one, try and make it as believable as possible too, and see how many people we can convince.
I love it.
And then just give the big reveal and delete this podcast. So that'd be a decent idea.
That's something to work on.
Well, I know let's not do the podcast. Let's just give ourselves pseudonyms.
Okay.
And then we'll sort of fish it out there and go to forums and see if anyone goes, hey guys, you get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet we will.
Interesting.
Put that in the water, you're going to get a little nibble.
Put that in the back burner.
Yeah, mate. That's something to look forward to.
So you did 9/11. Actually, before we leave 9/11, that's the other thing I hate about dealing with the 9/11 truthers, I think, above all. But this is a common thing with all conspiracy theorists. They will sort of chastise you for not... So let's say you challenge them on the steel melting at whatever, and you point out, oh, well, a plane did ram into the building, it had structural damage, and you make these sort of arguments. They'll say, you're not a structural engineer. Well, neither are you, motherfucker, but you're the one challenging the official story of this massive global political event. Surely the onus is on you. Oh, and they trot out... 200 engineers signed this thing saying they don't believe it. Well, okay, there's a lot of engineers in the world, and some people with engineering degrees are also batshit crazy conspiracy theorists.
They're going to be.
Were they responsible for actually constructing are they actually experts in the specific building we're talking about? Are they experts in what happens when a massive jetliner slams into a building? Just being an engineer doesn't immediately make you a be-all end-all authority on these kind of things.
Definitely.
But yeah, they're just, I think, I've got a lot of friends, a lot of crazy opinions, but I think dealing with 9/11 conspiracy theorists is, I have to put it at the very top of my frustrating people to talk to
What is the I don't know, the end game for... Do you have... So some of your friends are 9/11 conspiracy theorists?
A few. I had one guy delete me back in the day.
What's the thing that they're
arguing.
hoping for? What is their goal with it? Is it that...
The goal of the conspiracy theorists, or the goal of, the goal in the conspiracy theory?
No, and for the conspiracy theorist...
Yeah.
Who says, no, this didn't happen like this, it happened like this. Is it to just feel validated, or is it to... What are they... I don't know. That's what I didn't understand. Because what I realised is there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. Some of them looser than others, but all of them I couldn't quite work out. If this came true, why are you any better off?
Well, I don't
That's
say
what I
they're
was
better
confused by.
off if it's true. They just think it's the truth. But in
So
terms
they
of
do
why,
believe it. They're not thinking, I'm going to fool these people. They're thinking, this is the case.
the vast majority of conspiracy theorists, I think, are sincere in their beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But in terms of their I don't know. I'm not stepping myself. Sorry. This is going to break up the show. No, I mean, in terms of why they're into it or what they're getting out of it, I mean, I think it varies from conspiracy theorist to conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Because some believe it's all the Jews, like it's Zionism. Some believe that it's the Illuminati and it's a big network of people. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and George Bush are all in it together.
Yeah, then there's the African American version of that one where it's Obama,
I'm
Beyonce, and Oprah.
Oh,
and
right, the like hip hop Illuminati.
and it's pretty much
Not that
exact same.
Obama's part of the hip hop community, but you know what I mean.
He's lumped in there.
He kind of is.
And
Like
one of
he's
the
become
articles
he's
are
kind
in.
of symbol. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, throw him in.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the lizard people.
Yep.
That's another one. The reptilians, I should say. It's a David Icke one.
The David Icke one?
Yeah, they had him on The Edge, actually, which I
Okay.
didn't listen to. I just saw that he was on it. I don't
Yeah.
listen to The Edge, guys.
He's a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah, he's a big one. He's one of the proponents. I think he might have been the guy who came up with the reptilian theory, possibly.
Right.
I don't know a ton about David Icke, but he's definitely like up there in the
David Icke.
conspiracy world.
That's another thing I notice on these documentaries. When the producers are choosing the talent, I think they need to start considering who they're putting on screen. Because a lot of the time, they're people with just massive fucking bulging eyes and really thin, wet hair, and they just immediately on screen look like an insane person.
There's just not many handsome conspiracy theorists out there,
Wouldn't they just be better just
Tom.
like...
I don't know. I don't think it's for lack of desire, put it that way.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would like a really impressive looking guy to be on there saying,
Because unfortunately...
I think reptilians are controlling the world. And,
Because sometimes they're really well spoken and they're also qualified, apparently, but then they just look like mongs, and you're like, oh, I wouldn't believe this guy if he was just telling me 2 + 2 is 4.
Also, they look qualified all the time, I'm sure, because they put PhD down the bottom. But
Yeah.
then when you actually dig in a little bit further, just do a Google of their educational history and everything, it's often...
The
I'm not
amount-
saying all the time, because very smart people can believe very stupid things. So there
course.
might be a legitimate Harvard graduate out there who's
Yeah.
really high up in the conspiracy chain, sure. But for the most part, I mean, you'll find there's male and PhDs and these sort of people who look impressive at first glance.
It
But
was
then...
funny how many of them were also former blah, blah, blah. Like it would be on
right.
the moon landing one, so many of them former astronauts, and these weren't old people. They're not people who retired. They were probably fired, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, looking at it and say, they've got a grudge. They've got an axe to grind here.
Yeah, he was in the control room and he's looking at the TV and he's saying, "But why isn't the flag waving?" And they're just saying, like, "Mate, you're a fucking idiot. Get out." Yeah, you're fired. You're fired, man.
Fucking idiot. There's that.
Now, did you come across any conspiracy theories that you found quite credible that sort of swayed you and did, like, even after you stopped watching, you thought,
Not really. I did wish, when I was watching them, I wished I could go in with naked eyes, like a clean slate.
right.
Because all the stories that they were trying to tell, I've already had the other side of the coin has been pitched to me. Mm-hmm. As with 9/11,
Sure.
I've heard the other story,
But that's good.
and then you
want
get this one, and you've already got that in the back of your head. It's hard to just remove all that. I wish I could go in, know nothing about 9/11, watch this documentary, and then hear
I
what
see.
happened in
So
history.
you think what comes first is quite important?
I think so. Yeah, maybe, maybe.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean.
What was your actual question?
Did you?
I'm sorry,
I
completely-
was asking. Did you find any conspiracy theories that sort of swayed you that you thought maybe they didn't totally sell you, but you were left thinking, I think there's a decent chance.
There was ones. I'll give you this. There's ones I wanted to believe in.
Okay.
Really badly.
All right.
But there weren't any that I did believe in. The ones that I wanted to believe in, one in particular, the moa.
I don't think I know this one.
It's the New Zealand one.
As it would be. The
It's-
moa is, by the way, for foreign listeners who may not know, the moa is a native bird which didn't even die that long ago, was it? It was a few hundred years.
I think so, yeah. It was hunted to extinction. They
Yeah.
are
Those
massive,
Maoris, jeez.
fucking huge. Not Maldives, moas. They are 3 metres tall.
Yeah.
Huge, big, feathery beast. They can't fly. They're freaks.
Yeah.
They're freaks. They're
massive
like,
birds, yeah.
Probably if an ostrich fucked an Ugg boot.
Yeah, they are similar. Ostriches, if you think of an ostrich or emus, that's kind of the closest living thing.
Yeah, a beast-friendly version looking.
Yeah, it's a much bigger version. How big was it?
They can grow up to 3 meters tall.
Yeah.
Which is massive, staggering.
Yeah.
A lot of meat on the bones. But the conspiracy theory around them was that they aren't extinct and that they are, elusive, not extinct was the... But is that a conspiracy theory or is that just an urban myth? What's the difference there?
Interesting.
Does
Because it's not a cover-up, so...
Yeah. But then it was...
Were they alleging that anyone was trying to protect them by pretending they were dead?
Nah.
Okay, so not technically a conspiracy theory, but it's definitely it's a relative to conspiracy theory. It's a far out belief which is very incredible, but it's not technically a conspiracy theory.
So the difference is when there's someone trying to cover something up, is that when it becomes a conspiracy theory?
Yeah, I get, because
even if it's the animals themselves trying to cover up their tracks. So the mowers can't be counted as a party that are orchestrating this conspiracy?
No, needs to be people, I'm pretty sure. Unless the mowers have cognitive ability, which is much higher than we actually think, and really it's the mowers controlling everything.
I automatically want to believe in that.
Conspiracy theory,
I would love that. If they were actually really intellectual bird, and they're just laying low, just killing it in some underground cave.
And fair enough. I mean, why wouldn't you want mowers to still be around? That would be cool, right?
Yeah, bro.
That's
They are cool.
There's another animal like that, I'm sure. It's just totally escaping me. But there's another extinct animal which there's some...
You're thinking of the Sasquatch?
No.
The Loch Ness?
Although while
the Bigfoot.
No. Actual animal that was supposed to be extinct, but some people think isn't. But I'm not going to remember it. Although I think. You know those Shark Week documentaries on Discovery Channel that they have sometimes? You know what the Megalodon is, right?
Is that the massive fucking shark dinosaur thing?
Terrifyingly, ridiculously large. You would think it was a work of fiction. Yeah, extinct Jurassic period. I believe Jurassic period. I don't know, but it certainly was around much longer ago than 100 years.
Yeah. I remember about a year ago, a fake article popped up on my Facebook that said that they've found one, and I clicked on it thinking, "Wow, this is awesome."
Yeah.
And then you got about a paragraph, and you're like, "Okay, no."
So I think there's some people.
Not the case.
Yeah, I think there's some people who think that is still around, but it's just like a deep it's a deep underwater animal, so no one's found it. But it would the thing about how big that fucking thing was. So you're right. It was essentially a great white shark that was a little bit smaller than a blue whale.
Fuck.
Beast. Did you know the blue whale? Do you know the blue whale is the largest animal to have ever existed?
What do you mean?
I mean...
Bigger than dinos?
Yes.
What?
I know, it's amazing, right?
The big long neck leaf eaters were the big boys.
I don't know if they're doing it on length or just general mass. But it might be length as well. I mean, they are... Because I know you know that blue whales are big, but until you see a person swimming along one or whatever...
Yeah.
It's... Because you always see them from like an aerial vision or something. It's hard to wrap your head around how fucking massive those are. So imagine a shark almost that size.
That would be a fucking terrifying sight, eh?
So, I don't think they're still around, basically.
The short version. Like sticking out of the water. This megalodon... What's it called? The megalodon?
The megalodon, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Sounds like a stadium, eh? The Megalodon, where they have motocross. Wow. Went there. Fuck, now I've lost track. Just thinking of motorbikes. Go.
Well, I have, just talking about, I've got a couple in terms of conspiracy theories, which neither of this, so I've got two.
Yeah.
Neither of these I would say I believe, but I find them plausible enough that I just stop sometimes and go, I'll start with the most boring one.
Okay.
I'll try and spice it up to make it more interesting.
Neither of them are boring.
Well, I mean, they're more... Well, I don't know, the second one certainly isn't boring. But because it's believable, it's going to be less interesting than, you know.
Yeah.
But there's one conspiracy theory called the October Surprise conspiracy theory. And this is a sort of political concept they have in America around their elections.
Yeah.
You know, they hold their elections in November. Is sometimes a really game-changing event will happen in October, quite last minute, makes it very hard for the opposing campaign to sort of react and damage control in time.
Yeah.
So this is going back to when Ronald Reagan was running against Jimmy Carter in 1980.
You just take the time just to clear your throat.
Yeah, sorry.
You okay?
I'll
just have some water. Just trying to launch into it.
The reptilians are taking over my throat to stop me from getting the truth out there.
That's true.
Ronald Reagan from Beyond the Grave. Shut up, Sonny. Anyway, Ronald Reagan was running against Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan was doing really well. It looked like he was really going to take it out. He did, so he was. Anyway, they were part of the reason that Ronald Reagan was doing well is that Jimmy Carter was viewed as weak on foreign policy, and this was not helped at all by the fact that a bunch of hostages were just taken by Iran at the time, American hostages, and were still kept by the Iranians.
Yep.
Now, the Reagan campaign were reportedly, allegedly concerned that the hostages might get released in October, and Jimmy Carter would have this unexpected spike in the polls. So the allegation is that Ronald Reagan or his people talked to the Iranians behind the scenes and said, listen, guys, you know those US citizens you got hostage? Don't hurt them or anything, but, you know, maybe just keep hold of them longer than you have to so we don't get any unexpected popularity for the president here. And then, you know, they offered them arms or, you know, weapons or whatever in exchange for that when Reagan became president. Now, not only is that not, I don't think, that far out there.
No, that's like a plotline in House of Cards. I'd buy it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But the hostages were, in fact, released hours after Reagan was inaugurated. And one of Reagan's biggest political scandals was toward the end of his presidency when it came out that he traded weapons for US hostages.
Okay.
So, I mean, Christopher Hitchens, who's a guy I really like, may he rest in peace, he made the observation that most conspiracy theories, kind of like 9/11, right?
Yep.
They might seem interesting, but then the more you learn, the more implausible they become.
Yeah.
Whereas with the October surprise conspiracy, the conspiracy theory existed before all that other shit came out. But yeah, that conspiracy theory seemed to become more credible the more information that was learned. So that's an interesting one.
So that one, is that just based around that 1 year? Or is this October surprise thing that happens every year?
No, this is that one particular election.
Okay.
But things like that might happen all the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what goes behind the scenes in politics.
That one seems totally... Because see there's a reason for it. It's not just like... It's not just...
yeah, there's a total motive.
Because a lot of them are kind of...
It's part of why it's credible, yeah.
Yeah, they just hint towards, it's the man behind the screen doing it all, pulling the strings. Whereas that one, it's a fucking one dude who's running for president, and he's doing a, you know, obviously he's faced with an obstacle, and he goes over it, like, he gets around it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly. Here's a motive. Here's the person who would want to do it. Here's how they could do it.
Yeah, but people say, no, that's no way. There's no way that happened.
Oh, well, there was a congressional investigation, I believe, and he cleared there was no credible evidence. But then you'd cover your tracks, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it is a touch far-fetched, just in terms of the president being that nefarious. But then again, I mean, it could be that Ronald Reagan had no personal knowledge of what was going on. It was his operatives who really wanted the Republican president to get in. So maybe he wasn't even in this scenario. So I'm not even saying I believe it, because it is a bit far-fetched that they would be that sinister.
Do you think...
But
this is slightly...
And there's no, like, hard evidence that it happened. But.
This is slightly a bit of a tangent. Just, you know quite a lot about American politics.
Yeah.
In particular,
well, you know, I mean...
presidents' things. You have a bit of knowledge on them. What's going on? Why do they all have real cool names?
I'd never thought about that.
Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan,
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, they've all got a little, like, even.
Are you pulling a blank on the current president's name right now?
No, the first name of Bush, George
Bush.
Yeah,
there's two of them. Yeah.
He just got Bush. He got the Cher treatment, just the one name.
Yeah. A nice one syllable. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's interesting. Why do they? Let's see how far back.
Is it because they're presidents?
And they just become interesting. Well, that might be part of it. They just become iconic names. But let's just go back.
John F. Kennedy. They just
JFK.
Wait behind
John Kennedy.
How fun does Jimmy Carter sound? And I have no idea what he was like as a president, but if I heard that Jimmy Carter was coming to my party, I'd be like, fucking get him here early.
Well, some people would say he's underrated. I think they make a fair point because he was very unpopular at the time, but some people argue victim of circumstance and, got quite a lot of good things done. It depends on if you're a liberal or conservative, really, I guess, how you come out on that one. But I'm just going through, I wonder, let's see how far back we can go to get a shit name.
Must be some clunkers, eh?
Grover Cleveland.
Okay. Yeah, you found one.
Well, that's far back. I'm just going backwards. So Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford. Yeah, it's quite strong.
It's still got Ford. That's got power.
Yeah, Gerald Ford. Yeah. Richard Nixon. That's a...
Big time,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Holy shit.
And it sounds so much like him, too.
Dick Nixon,
oh, I'm Richard Nixon. That's probably a shit impression. I haven't heard much of Richard Nixon speak recently. Richard Nixon, and before that it was...
This is impressive, by the way.
Lyndon Johnson.
Yeah, into that.
Lyndon Johnson. JFK before that, obviously. He got him because he got shot. Dwight Eisenhower. Yeah, it's kind of a strong man name.
And it sounds like he's going to, if he's not going to be president,
wordy.
He's going to invent something massive.
Yeah, a lot of good names. Harry Truman.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Into that, too.
Franklin Roosevelt.
Big time.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, bud.
These are awesome names. I've never thought about this.
So Grover Cleveland.
This maybe should be our conspiracy theory.
That they're all cool names? None of the presidents' names are their actual names? Is that the conspiracy?
Yeah, these names can't be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Someone is choosing these people from birth.
It's like a fame name, right? Where someone's good, like Robert Zimmerman becomes Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny, isn't it? Robert Zimmerman. Who would it? Yeah, imagine folk hero Robert Zimmerman. It just does
Zimmerman's
not ring.
just no good, eh?
Yeah.
That's the trouble there. Robert's fine, but Zimmerman.
But like you were saying, though, what if he kept his name and put out all that output? Maybe we just associate it with...
I don't know. I feel like Zimmerman wouldn't have taken off.
I don't know. But there's like there's band names too, right? Where that
band name but good band. Or
and
band?
you just wouldn't, if someone pitched that to you and you didn't have any association with the music, you'd say it was shit.
I've always thought
the
that
Beatles. That's not very good.
I always thought that with the Beatles. Yeah. They've even got a pun in their name, which is fucking tacky.
Yeah, right.
Really, but the music's that good. Yeah.
So you just let it go.
Same with, I think,
think about it.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't actually like them as a band, but they are successful.
Yep.
And I think that's a shit name. Like, if you're at an amateur gig... and
it's a good name now, but...
Coming out of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's like, oh...
Exactly, yeah.
God.
But you just don't... Yeah, but it sounds like a great name now because you associate it with the fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers,
yeah.
so...
Yeah.
And it is also very appropriate for them, I guess.
So maybe that's it. God damn it.
Can I do my last conspiracy theory, which
Yeah, let's go. Yeah,
now, this one I believe less. I would say...
So this one's probably going to be more of a fun time story.
Yeah, this is good. So, I believe this one less. I believe this one probably about 10%.
Okay.
But the only reason that I only believe in it 10% is because the premise is just so far out there.
Okay. I'm going to be into this one, I think.
The Clinton body count.
I know nothing about this. What is this?
Tom, what would you say if I said to you that Bill and Hillary Clinton have amassed a list of murders that would put the most prolific mafia hitman to shame? Oh, it would put it would embarrass the Underwoods.
Wow.
What would you say to that?
I'd say hell no, man. Because when you said Clinton body count, I thought the conspiracy was the amount of chicks that Bill Clinton's banged.
Well, yeah, it could be.
I thought that's what it was going to be. So it's fucking murder.
Colin Powell thinks so.
Yeah. Straight up murder.
Straight up murder. Straight up cold-blooded murder.
Now tell me, what's the guts of it? What's going on?
Okay, well, it's just the sheer amount, Tom.
Yeah.
Because you can go and look up Clinton body count Snopes, and Snopes is a debunking of how silly this is. And they go, look, we'll show you how all these have a reasonable explanation.
Yeah.
And you go through them, and you know what? They are all reasonable explanations. Keyword here, all reasonable explanations.
Okay.
By the time you're on your 27th reasonable explanation, you sort of start going, when's the last time someone close to you died, I could ask. And hey, look, by the way, it might have been recent.
Yeah.
And, sorry, buddy, I'm really sorry to hear that. But if I asked you again, right, I said, but how long before that? And if, again, it might be quite recently before that. And I would go, geez, man, like, you're having a real tough year. I'm so sorry. But, how long before that? If you then said another one, I would go, okay, yeah, still feel sorry for you, but how do you know these people exactly?
This guy's cursed or he's got a knife in his back.
Yeah, something is going on, right? So, I've got a list in front of me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go through some of them.
Yeah.
Now, you're just going to have to cut me off when it starts getting tired, because there's no way we can go through all. There is hundreds.
Okay. Hundreds of people who are close to the Clintons who have been murdered.
Yeah, around about the 100
Not just dead, murdered.
Well, some of them are suicides.
Okay, so there's... Okay.
Well, we'll go into the details on them, okay?
Hit us with the ones that are, closest to them, or the ones that stick out most to you. What's like a...
Well, I was going to go chronological by what's in front of me. Now, there's one here. Don Adams died January 1997.
Okay.
Sorry, it sounded like you heard something.
No, I was just trying to imagine Bill stabbing someone.
I thought the Clintons might be outside, that's all. Long before Whitewater, they were involved in like a real estate scandal called Whitewater they were being investigated for a while.
Yeah.
Long before Whitewater's land flips made the Clintons' circle of friends rich, many of the same players had been involved in a similar land swindle in Branson. Don Adams was a lawyer in Arkansas who got involved trying to help the people who were being swindled out of their life savings. He goes missing, then there's an article about his body being found dead in a car, I believe. John Ash, former United Nations General Assembly President. This is June 22nd, 2016. Initially reported as having died from a heart attack, John's throat had obviously been crushed.
Oh.
At that point, the official story changed
Fuck me.
to him actually dropping a barbell on his own throat, crushing his larynx. Ash was to begin a trial for bribery, charge involving Chinese businessmen.
Something's going on there with the barbell, man. If he's initially...
How do you crush yourself in the throat with a barbell?
And also, if they're saying heart attack, when they got to the dead body and there's a fucking barbell over his neck, and then whoever's there goes, heart attack. No.
Yeah, that's
barbell
a weird...
on the neck is
You're
probably...
a shit doctor, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're like that guy in NASA who thought the flag should fly. That he was going to testify against a businessman who was associated with the Clintons. I do another one here. Robert Bates, Barry Seal's aircraft mechanic. Robert Bates supposedly died from an overdose of mouthwash.
What?
He regarded by local authorities as an obvious homicide.
Fucking hell.
Gary
That he was just nicking it, like drinking it.
I guess. That's a weird way to kill yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would have thought it wouldn't work either.
I think you just get like a buzz off that.
Mouthwash. Yeah, well...
Listerine buzz.
What about mouthwash? There's a good song about that one. Gandhi Bohr, attorney representing Mr. Lassiter in a case concerning alleged financial misconduct, this is January 1994 going back, died in an alleged suicide by jumping out of a window of a multi-story building. Mr. Lassiter was a close associate of Governor Clinton and was later indicted on drug-related charges, among other things. Bohr's law partner was suicided 1 month later.
Okay, let's
before they catch on to us.
Yeah, before you can go to the list,
All right.
let's talk about... These are murders. Let's say that right now. These are all murders.
Yeah, murders and suspicious suicides, yeah.
Clintons, let's say, just
say they're murders. Okay, yeah.
The Clintons are behind it. First question. Who do you think was the first of the Clintons to say, we could kill him? Is it
you
Bill?
made it sound like Bill.
Or is it I don't know. I just think
we could kill them. I don't... Is that,
go.
how does... That's not how Hillary Clinton talks.
I can't do a Hillary.
Okay, I can't do a Hillary Clinton either.
Who do you reckon was the first one to say, we could always kill them? Who do you think's got it in them?
I think Hillary Clinton sort of seems like the most heartless of the two.
Yeah.
There seems to be sort of a kind of kindness to Bill, but that might just because be because he's charismatic, Slick
He is
Willie.
very charismatic.
So maybe he is just evil and cold-hearted, and he is smooth and sort of calculating, right? I don't know. Tough one. I could imagine both being the instigator.
I can imagine Hillary saying it in like a moment of anger or rage, and then Bill saying, we could do that.
Yes, oh, come on, honey, we don't have to. Come up, all right.
Yeah.
we'll kill them. No worry, I'll get a barbell and have it crush his
You go
throat.
straight to barbell.
Yeah, that's the most non-suspicious way.
So on that, then,
Let me just grab some mouthwash.
just looking at things
down
in the
his
home. Yeah, it's always something I found. On that, then, in a Cluedo style, forget about what rooms he's doing in, but what's his signature weapon? This Colonel Mustard, Bill Clinton, what's his signature weapon?
Well, I don't think he's personally doing it.
Oh, but let's say he is.
Okay, let's say
I want
it's
to play
for
that
fun.
game.
For fun. What would a golf club?
Yeah, I could see that.
It's a bit obvious. I guess it's more of an Obama murder weapon.
He could totally see him being one of those killers who just before they kill the person has like a little line, a little zinger.
Yeah.
Tee off, and then just straight to the head.
Tee off.
Yeah.
4. Is that what they say? 4?
Yeah,
No.
that's when you got to watch. If you've hit the ball and you got to watch.
All right, go.
Yeah.
Didn't embarrass myself with my
It checks out.
golf knowledge there.
No, it checks out, mate.
Nice.
I didn't think that was boring at all. That was great. I loved that. Both those conspiracy theories.
Oh, the Clinton one was never going to be boring.
Well, I enjoyed both of them because the other one was interesting because it was believable. It's kind of like you can buy into that.
Yeah, so they're interesting in different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, does the Clinton one make? I mean, again, it's pretty outlandish. But come on, does that? Because you've only heard 4 or 5. Does it make you go, huh?
Yeah.
Could we be electing a murderer to the White House?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. When you gave me the number of people that have died around them, I
Yeah,
was like, and they are well-connected people, right? So they do network all the time. They know a lot of people, but those are people with you're giving me direct links to them. So there was that, and it makes you go, Were there any other conspiracy theories that you? Because I only got into the kind of greatest hits. That's why I was glad you brought forward lesser known ones. Or certainly, I think for people who don't really know a lot about conspiracy theories, don't know
the
much
October
about.
Surprise one is quite obscure, which is funny because it is so believable. Well, I mean, I say obscure, but you know what I mean. It just doesn't get anywhere near as much shine as the moon landing or anything like that, but it's one of the ones that could actually be true, unlike those other fucking silly ones. You mentioned Bigfoot before, right?
Yeah.
That is an example of the stupidest conspiracy, which I still think has a weird plausibility to it. And you say that and people start looking at you weird.
Yeah.
But you've got to clarify, I'm not saying that I believe it. I'm just saying it's funny how silly we treat it when the actual claim itself is actually not that out there.
Yeah.
Just that there's a large beast-like animal.
An ape man, eh?
An ape man sort of thing.
Yeah.
That is very rare and also elusive. It's maybe smart enough that it actively tries to avoid humans.
I think part of the problem is that with people who are pitching this one is that they're always going on about this Bigfoot, this one figure. Same with the Loch Ness Monster. Why not have a family where they're all banging and mating and they're staying alive that way? It's weird that it's always put forward as there's just one somewhere on the planet.
Right. No, but
Why have big feet?
If you talk to the Sasquatch people, though,
Yeah.
I'm
Do
pretty...
they have little families, little Sasquatch
I'm pretty sure they
babies?
think it is a species. It's a very rare species out there.
Into that, man. And
The
again,
Bigfoot
I would
of it.
love that for that to be the case if they discovered this new species. They're just jamming around, eating bananas and hanging out.
They actually had one of those guys in the Joe Rogan Experience. Fun episode to listen to.
Yeah.
Because he brings in or just links them to certain footage of things he believes are real.
Yeah.
And they're just watching them and you just hear him go, yeah, no, that's a squatch. That's totally... yeah. But note a squatch, so he believes in Sasquatches.
Yeah, man.
That's actually another one I'm really into. Again, this is conspiracy theory, more paranormalist activity.
Going to a casting board broad,
But
buddy.
there's a guy called Dave Politis who I sometimes chill out with a few beers and listen to his radio interviews because they're like cool, spooky stories, except they're actually supposed to be kind of true. So it's got this nice edge to it.
Yeah.
But he's a Bigfoot guy. I haven't listened to his Bigfoot stuff, but one thing you know to sort of take... One thing you sort of know to take him with a grain of salt is that he is a Bigfoot guy.
Yeah.
But he's put a lot of his attention onto strange...
I'm a Bigfoot guy.
He's put a lot of his attention onto strange disappearances. He gives these massive, 2-hour interviews on radio stations and everything, and he just goes over all these weird cases in the States where there are these big national parks and clusters of people that have allegedly gone missing with absolutely no explanation. And they are fucking, if he's reporting the facts correctly, they are legitimately fucking weird. Like, people go out camping, get lost, and then be found without their shoes miles and miles and miles from where they
Have you seen
started.
Have you seen Lee Hart's Bigfoot documentary series?
No.
It's fucking fantastic. There's like interviews similar to that, but it's people being claimed that they've been taken advantage by, and like the Bigfoots come and rape them in the night.
Scripted or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so funny though. Really well done.
Right.
Really good, that one. I was going to say something about Bigfoot while we're talking about him. Damn it. Son of a bitch!
I just thought with David Pilatus stuff.
Nah. I was thinking of it when you were talking about that. Oh, this is not good.
There are clusters of people who've gone missing and no one knows why, and David Pilatus.
Has this happened on the podcast
guy.
either of us before? Just, we've had a thing.
I had one of these a while ago, yeah. I don't know if we cut it or not.
This doesn't feel good at all.
It sucks, doesn't it?
It's in there, but it's not coming out. Oh, sorry. Just sorry.
You can put it in Department of Corrections next week if you think of it.
Okay.
Okay, we can do an addendum.
Son of a bitch, it was a good thing too. Let's move on. We've got more important things, more exciting things.
No worries.
Because, as we promised last week,
yes, big announcement.
massive, huge announcement. Didn't expect this to come into fruition, but it has. Christopher Nolan is going to be on the show.
That's right, absolutely. And for all, I think it's going to give us a boost of listeners too, because Christopher Nolan's got fans.
I'm pretty
yeah, I try not to get nervous around celebrities. Yeah. I always try and just be like, oh, hey, yeah, how you doing? Yeah. But actually interviewing him, it'll be...
Well, I'm just more nervous the fact that we kind of just shat all over his films.
Yeah, right. Well, no, we did say we like Memento and Dark Knight. We basically said we like the majority of them.
Yeah.
Just not... And we can ask him why Inception was such a...
Oh, don't say Conception to the guy.
We can ask him why he fell off with that one and find out. All right, cool. All right, Gary, mate, bring him in. Guys, no, I didn't... I told you I didn't actually get Christopher Nolan.
What?
I couldn't... Yeah, we asked you to trace the ISP. We just kind of assumed, Gary, that you'd have him. No,
Gary, when I emailed you on Wednesday, mate, and I said to you, if you can get the Christopher Nolan in, great. But if you can't, send me an email to let us know he's not going to be in. So I'm not a dick on Mike saying he's coming to the studio.
I was just afraid that you'd be disappointed if I emailed you. But well, we're especially disappointed now that we just hyped... Gary,
we just announced it, mate.
Can I have a word, mate? Mate. Why don't you just pretend that you're... Well, I can't do it. No one listens to...
Is that
have you ever heard Christopher Nolan talk before? No. Well, there you go, right? No, there's just pretend, right? We'll make a good progress.
That's not a bad point, actually. I've never heard the guy speak, so... I've only seen this.
I'm not sure I can do an impression of Christopher Nolan.
Well, it won't matter. You won't even need to do an impression, mate. Just go on, Mike, as Chris, and no one's going to know. No one's heard the guy speak.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you'll be right. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, so Christopher Nolan in the studio. How you doing, Chris? Yeah, good.
It's I gotta say, I'm not sure if you listened to our show, but we did say a few things about your movies last week. Not all it was good, but
thank you.
Well, let's just focus on the good. Memento, brilliant movie.
Oh, thanks.
Dark Knight, loved it, mate.
I tried really hard to make it good, so I'm good. I'm glad it was good.
What was it like working with Heath Ledger?
Well, I thought when he did the Joker thing.
Yeah, the Joker thing. Doing the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good at it. So, I guess, well, what I'm trying to say is that when you're working with an actor, it's good when they're good, because it makes the movie better.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would. Good insight from Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Great,
Thank you very much for that, Chris. And the thing I guess I wanted to know is when you were making Memento. It wouldn't normally be easy to tell a story backward, but it just flowed so well. I mean, how did you storyboard and plot that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a good script writer, so I guess whenever I write a script, I try and make it that the sort of
let me help you out, Chris. You seem a bit bashful. You don't want to. Obviously, you don't want to go on about your work.
Yeah.
Is it true that you actually did write the story backwards with backwards letters on the page?
That's true. Yeah.
There we go. It's confirmed here on Casting Broad.
Yeah, well, okay. Thank you very much, Christopher Nolan.
Okay, before you go though, Chris, what the fuck was up with Inception?
I was really happy with Inception, and I guess like a good movie is the best kind of movie, so I didn't want to make a bad movie, so I made Inception.
Okay. Look, this isn't working, Gary. I gotta be honest, mate.
Yeah, come on, man.
You're giving us...
No one's going to believe this is Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I can't do an impersonation. It's not about an impersonation, more about a vocabulary.
Yeah, how many times did you just say the word good, Gary?
Well, I thought, like, he would like his own movies, so I thought... Yeah, okay, alright, no worries. Gary, that's fine. It's fine, mate. Alright, yep. Thanks a lot. Sweet. Cool.
Wow.
So, look, apologies to our listeners. It wasn't actually Christopher Nolan. We thought that maybe,
Yeah.
We thought that maybe we could use Smoke and Mirrors to sort of present a cool interview there.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
he's not the best improviser.
Yeah,
Gary,
our biggest crime was putting faith in our producer Gary again.
Yeah.
Again, he's disappointed us. So
sound effects were good last week, though.
yeah, he did do a good job. Yeah, you did do a good job on that, Gary.
Yeah, thanks. Credit where it's due.
Yeah. God, he's crying.
Yeah, well.
Oh well.
Yeah. All right.
Should we wrap things up with the lightning round?
I think we should do the moment everyone's been waiting for.
I want him, man. I've been looking forward to this one.
Lightning round. Before we get into it, Tom.
Oh, of course.
Got struck by lightning.
I actually
now
we're gonna
do the questions first, but. As I am sitting here at the moment with 9 fingers, Tom will soon be joining me in that club. Just for anyone who might be new to the show, rules to lightning round is if you ever fail to answer a question, you will get one of your fingers amputated.
The finger chopped off.
And there you go on the following episode, and Tom is up for that this week.
Yeah. So I've
sweet revenge.
The person getting chopped gets to decide which finger. So I'm choosing the flip the bird, the finger.
Oh, really? That's a good one.
Nah, I don't need it.
I chose ring finger. Why didn't you want to get rid of that one?
I just want to be a crab man on one hand. And just
for effect.
Yeah.
I guess you can still hold stuff with it. It's just
I was about to do gardening.
You can still pull the finger with the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just can't do the double birds though.
No.
Fucking double birds, mate. It's a great way to make a point. Alrighty. Lightning round. Shit, is it my go this week?
Probably.
Yeah, alright. Lightning round, building up. Here we go. Tom, how would you defeat the lizard people?
With frog people.
Oh, the natural enemy, probably.
Everyone knows lizards and frogs don't get out.
Oh, they hate each other. Tom, who really killed JFK?
Who was the next president?
Lyndon Johnson.
Let's go, LJ.
Yeah, hey, that's a big popular theory. So,
is it actually?
Yeah, you're great minds.
Yeah. Well, idiots.
Jet fuel. Hey, Tom, can jet fuel melt steel beams?
Hell no, mate.
Oh, big, cool from Tom.
I don't understand the question, to be honest.
Oh, okay. You're new to the 9/11 stuff. It's good. Don't get too familiar with it. It's fine. Don't need you catching on. Tom, if you had to choose one group of people to secretly control the world, who would you choose?
Oh, I like this one. Let's go with the writer. Let's go Larry David. And am I choosing individuals?
You've got a group of people. Larry David can't do it all himself. 5, 4.
What can't it Jews?
Yeah, alright, sweet. Because people complain about it, but they're not bad, the Jews. I mean, great. I don't think they are. Some people think they're terrible, but I don't mind them.
I love them, mate.
Why not the Jews?
Oh, the Jews.
Sweet.
It counts as a group?
Yeah.
Sweet.
And many people would say, you have your wish.
Yeah.
Alright. Hit me with it. Boom, boom, lightning round, revenge round.
Matthew, it turns out Elvis is alive and well.
Sweet.
Turns out he's been laying low and working on a new album. What is it called?
Heartbreak Revival.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Of the he's not dead at all conspiracies, who would you like to resurrect?
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
Well,
that
I'm a
one?
big Nirvana fan, man. I know you're not huge into them, but I'd love a new Nirvana album. Nice acoustic now that he's in his 50s.
That would be nice, actually.
Yeah.
Bit of husk to his voice.
God, would he be like 55? No, he'd just be hitting 50, wouldn't he? Because
He'd
he
do
was
a
pretty
good folk
fucking
album
young.
right now.
55, yeah. I don't know.
You're transported to a world where one conspiracy from this world is proven to be true. Which conspiracy do you choose?
Oh, shit. But it can't be like one of the, the presumably true or possibly true one I was saying before. It's got to be something that I think is definitely wrong.
Whatever you want to be true in this world, that's what you're choosing right now.
Whatever I want to be true.
Yeah. 5.
John Benet Ramsey is actually Katy Perry.
Okay.
Because I feel sorry for that little girl, man. So I'd like it if she lived
was
and
murdered.
ended up being a pop star, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Final
On
question.
John Benet.
New Zealand On Air are funding you to write and produce a documentary series on a conspiracy of your creation. It's to be put forward and pitched as a straight documentary in order to put New Zealand on the map.
Oh.
What is your conspiracy to do this?
Okay, guys. Thank you for having me in the meeting today.
Nice.
I'm not buying time at all. I just want to, quickly introduce myself. I'm Matt. Now,
G'day, nice to meet you, Matthew.
New
What have you
Zealand.
brought for New Zealand On Air?
New Zealand, all right. We're a small country. We sort
Glad
of, feel like we're the underdog a lot.
Yeah.
Little rock at the bottom of the world.
Tiny little rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
yes.
Or so you think. Isn't that convenient?
Oh.
Now, the Illuminati obviously control the world, and everyone assumes that they're, centralized in America,
Okay, you're losing me a little bit, but I'll let you keep going.
but they're actually all based in New Zealand. Ernest Rutherford, the founding fathers of New Zealand, currently John Key, formerly Helen Clark, they actually call all the shots. They're the biggest players in the world. Every big event that happens is down to them deciding, and they operate from little old New Zealand so no one will suspect a thing.
Throw Richie McCaw on the bunch and I'm sold.
Oh, of course, all Blacks.
Okay.
But especially Richie McCaw.
all the All Blacks.
Yeah.
All the Blacks.
Well, hey, man, they're a national institution. Of course they're part of it.
Love it. Survive, mate. 10 fingers. Nine.
Nine, but not losing any more.
Yeah.
Not next week, at least.
Okay, speaking of, can we just get this over and done with? I'm pretty...
I believe we can, Tom. I've been looking forward to this all
Feeling a
week.
bit sick, to be honest.
All right, sweet. All right,
Which,
lay it on there.
because the part of it is also you bring in, as says it's the parchment, you bring in your own knife. So what, can we just describe or listen to what knife you're yielding right now, Matthew?
Well, I've got a standard kitchen knife. I decided to be easy on you because you gave me a
Okay.
quick hack last time.
Yeah,
so I
I'm gonna
wanted
be clever.
revenge, but I don't want to. I'm not going to bring in a rusty pocket knife or anything like that.
Okay.
So, Now, do you want a saw or a hack?
A hack, I think.
All right.
I'm not tough enough for the saw, so just if you just get he's pulled out the knife out now.
All right. Lay it on there. Sweet. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Should I give you a count?
No, I just I'm not gonna look and just you. I'm gonna blow my ears if you need to count
I'm
down.
gonna when you're ready, I'm
'Kay.
gonna bam. Got ya. How you like that? Hey. Oh shit. Hey. All right. Get up. Come on. Yeah. Mate. Tom. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of blood, man. Need a doctor? Probably needs a doctor. Alright, yeah, so the guys, that was Casting Broad, and I just told him, Gary. Yeah, oh. You give me a lot of trouble there, mate. Don't worry, Gary. Just get on the phone, alright? Yeah, fuck. Casting Broad.